And so, ever turning, the wheel of time continues. And so we too must continue our adventure. I don't know, I just switched to game and then I started talking. I had no idea what was about to come out of my mouth. Before we start, oh my god, before we start, I gotta show you. I mean, I put it on the Discord, but I gotta show you. I opened some One Piece packs today. I pulled this, baby. You know what this is? This is worth $400, man. No, I really can't dox myself. People are gonna come rob me for my Boa Hancock freaking alternate art card. Dude, it's such a good card. I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy with it. That is an enormous forehead because she's big brained. I don't know. That's just how she was drawn. She's not bad. She's just drawn that way. Let us begin. Trials and tribulations. Can I just like... Oh. I can only do the first two cases? I suppose because I did play this at some point. So this is unlocked for me now. But you can see now how like I've played this and that is all. I've never played this case. I have no idea what's going on. And I have no idea what goes on beyond this. All I know is this guy exists. And he was made for Tumblr. Tumblr put in a petition. And then they were like, okay. And then they made this guy. Play Turnabout Memories. Memories. Na 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 na. Ah! How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? Look at our boy. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. I put some Izuku Midoriya on that voice because I feel like that's accurate. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Unless you did. I don't know if you noticed. I made the like chat on screen a little bigger. I'm on. Okay. It might be a sign of the times. It might be a recession indicator, by which I mean I'm getting old. I made the chat text bigger on screen. I made my Discord like text. I went to the settings, appearance, and then I bumped up the text to the next level. It is game changing. It is so much better. And I don't know, like, it's not that it wasn't readable before. It's that now it's good. And I'm a little worried about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little worried about that. Defendant lobby number 3. It's finally time. Time for new glasses. But I can see nearby. It's far away that I can't see. Up close, I'm fine. But I did bump up the text on my phone. But that's like 2 years ago that I did that. And, you know, best decision I've ever made. Oh boy. The days of my youth? There he is. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Oh, we're Mia? Cool. Ah, Mia. Please calm yourself down. You're gonna get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know? What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed. Hello, we literally just started. This is case 1 in game 3. All that's happened so far is... it's in the past. And I think, like, the suspect is Phoenix, and we are playing as Mia. That's the tutorial for this game. Hour and a half and now you stream. What, you're cheating on me with other streamers? What the hell? Let go of my lapels. Yeah, those are expensive lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. Grossberg is... He continues to lose when you aren't streaming. That is true. That is true. I should stream 24 hours a day. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Is it Mia's first case? This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Oh, it is. Shit. Never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, I'm at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Second? What was the first time? Let me handle this case, he suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. Well, and you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see... Yeah, what was the first time? I mean, of course, I have, I think. This is like the Peepo G moment. What was the first case? Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. Are we in the court record? The first and last time I wore it was a year ago. Okay. Okay. 4/9 at 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Profiles. Marvin Grossberg, 61. Phoenix Wright, 21. So this is 3 years before the start of the first game. He was 4th year pharmacology student. Oh, dude, I'm studying pharmacology at Ivy University. Doug Swallow. Dahlia Hawthorne. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend. Dude, he pulled a baddie. Hang on. Dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Okay. Doug Swallow. Well, I mean, you know, last case we had a guy called John Cumshot, and now we've got Doug Swallow, so maybe they should get together for some good times. Don't let our client see you're so nervous. See the poor young man in the pink sweater over there. That's our client. There he is. Why has he got like a P for Phoenix? Can't say that on Twitch. Of course I can. Didn't you see there's a little disclaimer on like the top left of the stream that's like mature content? The writer's barely disguised fetish. I mean, have you seen what happens when literally anyone turns into Mia? Their freaking badonkadonks are just like there. Braless badonkadonks practically poking out of the... Yeah, dude. Listen, they're good games. They're well written. They have good art. But they like what they like, and you can tell. They like their mommies. Why is he small? He's hunched over. He's hunched over. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Mia's so worried. I just want to say, I'll give it all I got. Yep, it'll be fine. No prob. Achoo. Achoo, achoo. Oh, no. Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way. I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Man, some people should have played this game during the pandemic. Right, Mr. Wright, you have nothing to fear in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please go with my shirt. Mia's a little intense. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. I wonder... First and last time I wore it was a year ago. Which would put it 4 years before the start of the first game. So Mia was only an attorney for 4 years until she died. Which is crazy. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. Yeah. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. Oh, are we gonna find out? But that trial traumatized me so badly. I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. His hair is so tiny. It's like a beaver, you know, like it grows throughout their whole life, like a beaver's teeth. When he's 60, it's gonna be like a friggin' like one of those bicycle helmets that are aerodynamic. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm gonna win. For my client and for myself. Where's your frickin' straight shoulders, Phoenix? Pose, stance up. You'll never hit it. Fuck, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It does grow, doesn't it? Fuck. It's always courtroom number 2 at the start of the game. Winston Payne with the toupee. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. It's so good to see you, Mia. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Thank you, Saribot. Very cool. Well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well... You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Yes, I can. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Oh, Mia. It's so cool to see Mia sort of getting her sea legs. That is blessed. It's blessed as hell. I love it. Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Oh, the way he's flicking the toupee. Oh, is that why he does that now when he's bald? He's still got the mannerism of like flicking his toupee, but the toupee's not there anymore. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over soon. Alright, dude. How old is he? 49. The front on Winston Payne look is crazy. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? His toupee? No, I mean, no, that's a toupee. Maybe actually more, I mean, it's typically more exaggerated, but like a pompadour is sort of like the typical, like, all bunched up all to the top like that. I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He swallowed a what? A dog? He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. Seems like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Okay. Electrocution, that's why. So I guess touched this and then this all broken over here. All of Phoenix Wright in this case. So far, yeah, actually. Now that I think about it. Like, Phoenix does look a little exaggerated, but this guy's just like a guy. And I haven't seen her yet. She's got fucking, like... She's got TikTok eyes. I don't know how else to put it. It feels like she'd do well on TikTok. The defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, they then called the police. Yeah. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. At an IVU building. Okay. I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Do you mean the electrocution? The live wire? Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. Without getting electrocuted themselves. I mean, the line doesn't necessarily, or didn't necessarily have to be cut maliciously. Maybe the line was just there, and he was pushed into it. But because you weren't there for the little starting cutscene, but at the starting cutscene, it said that Phoenix pushed him. So maybe the line was already cut and just like pushed and touched the live wire. Which is crazy to just have dangling out there, but that a rather unusual death. What do you mean, Mr. Payne? I'm gonna get food. Yeah, I need to go get some groceries today. My grocery list is honestly so crazy. It's bread, meat, fruit. I'm not building a grocery list. I'm building like the food pyramid. Huh? Simple question. I thought it might loosen you up a little bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will. Oh god, he's a Redditor. Perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause? Go on. Electrocution. Didn't get a chance to root through the whole file. That's like the start of the file. That's the autopsy. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Don't say that out loud. Ooh. Is that his t-shirt? Or his shirt? I think if maybe that's a coloring error, or he has the most horrendous, like, back chin I've ever seen. Now, see here. No, that is a coloring error. Wow, that's fascinating. No, because see, it's white here. This bit. So it is a coloring error. Dang. Good to find those every now and then. Now, see here. Details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already. Yes, I did. Be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there. Think carefully before you answer, my dear. Why is everyone calling her like, I'm a genteel man, my dear? What was the cause of death? Electrocution. Fatal electric shock, in other words, electrocution. Electrocution? How could such a thing happen? Did the murder use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? Will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue. Are we gonna see young Gumshoe? Oh my god, please. Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. They don't call him the rookie killer. Damn, they call him that? What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? Supporting evidence. You can present profiles, yeah. Into all Greybeard's face. Try to set a better example. Yeah, you can present profiles. So we have to present the girl, I would say. Profile. Girl. Dated, yeah. That's... There it is. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Oh, I'm sort of covering her, but you see her. Dahlia Hawthorne, was it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. I don't know, I'm getting a little witchy with him. I don't know why, but that's what you get. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, he has some part to play. She has some part to play in this story. Oh, the judge is me. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Grossberg, I'm sorry to say, you're kind of a bad lawyer. This proves nothing. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call. No, we don't get young Gumshoe. What the fuck? After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. His hemorrhoids acting up. I see, I see. Like the scent of fresh lemon. Hemorrhoids, like, ah, my hemorrhoids. Like the scent of fresh lemons. There he is. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now, I guess I'm a suspect. What did you do before you were arrested? Oh. I was a university student. But I didn't do it. I feel like the way I click to go through things is hurting me, because like when it fully fills out but then someone has a reaction, I don't get to read that block because it just goes so fast. Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? I don't know what it is. I start streaming, I start yawning. I was perfectly awake until like 20 minutes ago. The witness has something he wants to say. Please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. Let's hear it. I don't know if you saw during the starting soon screen, but yesterday I streamed the last case in game 2, and it was a little long. It went for like 8 hours total. And at around the 6-hour mark, I was so sleepy that I was just kind of sitting here, eyes trying to close. I was kind of reading what was going on. And at some point, I dreamt a thing, and then I said it out loud, and it had nothing to do with the case. It could have been the killer. Pre-transformation. And I was like, what the fuck did I just say about transformations? What the fuck is going on? I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. How would you know he's a stuck-up British wannabe if you didn't know him? Hardly knew him. Looks like the judge understands. You're being naive. Witnesses can lie. He is a little witchy. Seems like you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Which falls on me, even though somehow he's my client. Defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. Determine if the witness testimony contains any contradictions. Couldn't I just say there's no contradictions and move on? You know, he's my client. This suits me fine, what he just said. Why doesn't the other guy cross-examine it? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. Okay, in court, all lies must be struck down. Young Phoenix time! Sure is. He's a little chick. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. Testimony just now. There was a lie? A contradiction? Sure was. Tell me you haven't been lying. Time to start pressing. Time to start pressing on his statement. I admit I was there. We're gonna start pressing. Hold it! Hearing the Mia voice lines is fantastic. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Oh, I didn't mean that. Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway. Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Uh-huh. What were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. Who called the police? With some other students that notified the police. They were witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock. In electric shock, mayhaps? Just saying. Maybe there's two victims. Is this true, Mr. I'm joking, by the way. Holy shit. If he'd been electrocuted, he would be worse off. Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I... How you like my Izuku Midoriya voice? Hardly knew the guy to begin with. You didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is... So did you or did you not know him? Hey, you gotta stop sneezing. You can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Well, I guess I did know his name. Heard he used to date Dolly. Dahlia, yeah. Dahlia Hawthorne. I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet. But that's all I knew about him. Never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. How'd you know he's a stuck-up British wannabe? That's right. That doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Don't lie, Phoenix. Jesus. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack at the back of his shirt. Okay. No. Yeah, I can handle it myself. I can do it. I can handle this myself. What happened 1 year ago that she was so traumatized? Blah. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. One more time. No, he wasn't. Objection! Objection! She sounds a little like Italian, maybe? I don't know exactly. It's not an Italian. It's like a North Alps sort of accent, you know? Sort of like Switzerland vibes. Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Your Honor, please take a look at the crime scene photo. There is no Union Jack. Wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. You accidentally came across the body. If that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? Damn. I mean, hey, who knows what they were meeting up for? His name is Doug Swallow. So, who knows what happened? You've been lying to me. Yeah. Please forgive me. He's 21 years old? Come on. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix. It stands for phony. So right was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Yeah. And now? He did know the guy. So let's talk about that. Did I go too far? No. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X. Yeah, that's right. Kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of... You're a big fan of Cold Killer X? You can be fans of cold medicine? I'm imagining one of those like Halloween decorations that triggers when you walk in front of it when he says that. Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? He's like, no. I actually seem to have lost it somewhere. What, wasn't like in the guy's hands or pocket or something? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Your Honor, I'd like to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. Yeah. Oh, let's pay attention. There's a watch. Let's wait until it's added to the court record so I can look at it a little more. It's Cold Killer X. Okay. It's a little past 3. It's like 3:05, 3:10 on his watch. Even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X. Well, he's got his fingerprints. Come on, Mia. Keep up. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Yeah, his fingerprints are all over it. Yeah. Come on, Mia. Keep up. Keep up. Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. But wouldn't he die, like, instantly from electrocution? Or at least, you know, while you're being electrocuted, I wouldn't think you have enough control over yourself to grab a thing. I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Let's have them. Cool. Let me look at the photo a little closer. Well, first of all, this. Yeah. It's 3, yeah, like 3-5. 5 past 3. Got it. Broken. Oh no! Our wristwatch. It's broken. A large wave of electricity passed through it at the time of death. Wait, what's the time of death according to this? At 3 p.m. That says 3:05. I don't know if that's enough of a discrepancy. This is really bad. My poor hemorrhoids. Dude, shut the fuck up about your hemorrhoids. That's so gross. Keep it to yourself. Ew. I don't want to know about his hemorrhoids. I don't know about his freaking lumpy butt. I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so I agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. And later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking cold killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Yeah. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Oh, man. What really happened? Start pressing. That's a long testimony. And you met the victim before then? No, never. That day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. It's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. Oh, what was that for? I'm sorry, I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Oh no, Mia's one of those. She's a raging single. I get it. Alia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murdered victim, Doug Swallow, before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So, wait. Right, how long had they been dating? Do we know? Like, until 8 months ago. Because if they've been dating 8 months, like, did she just, like, drop him for Phoenix? Found Phoenix, was like, oh my god, I must have you. And then dropped Doug like he was yesterday's news? Nasty love triangles. So we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Okay, that matches up. Yeah, and we were both there right on time. Victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. Okay, dude. No one fucking calls anyone that at university. I don't know what kind of university you've gone to, but like, you know, there's like people you take classes with. You don't fucking know them. At least if you're me. I'll be taking a class with someone, and then I'll be, you know, I'll see them again, and I'll be like, have we seen each other before? And they'll be like, yeah, we've taken every core class in our department together since we started 4 years ago. And I'll be like, that'll be it. An alchemist, I see. Gotta admit, I was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. So? It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. So? Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. More details about the timing, I guess? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the time class ends, but they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Maybe I should ask more about the pharmacology department. Let me press again and just go through it, just in case. What's going on with the pharmacology department? Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much about it, though. A little bit earlier in testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Yeah, they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. Would that be the thing that electrocuted him? Electrical poles set up all around the building. High voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Okay. At 3, we split up, says he. What was it you were talking about? You know, maybe we should hang out again sometime. Uh-huh. No, he was bad-mouthing his girlfriend. And I don't know why he's so dead set on protecting her. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. When is later? Yeah, that's when I found the body. But why did you go back in the first place? Welcome back. We're cross-examining Phoenix Wright about why he met the guy that died. Well, that's right, I was. Then why did you go back and find his body? Thought maybe, by the way, did you have dinner? What did you have? Thought maybe we could make up. Uh-huh. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Some bullshit. Ew. Ew. Why are you eating crap? Why are you eating poop? Ew. Be taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. Usual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. Shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I guess. You were taking cold medicine. I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. You got a lot of friends, you little shit? Around lunchtime on the day of the accident. What did you do for lunch? I always eat with Dolly, just the 2 of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Our mini omelets are magically delicious. Ouch! Why'd you punch me in the jaw? I'm sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. She's mad because he's happy. Defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. The defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. And then, yeah, he was taking a cold medicine, which was found in the hand of the victim. Wind give you a cold. If you're cold, your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? Yeah. Calling me a little girl? I am... How old is Mia? We don't know. Phoenix is 21. In the first game, Phoenix is 24. And Mia is 31, I want to say. So we should be 28 right now. I think that's correct. However, there's only one mystery that still remains. How the murder was carried out, of course. Well, he was talking about high voltage cables. And we do have a photo of the death with like a dangling live wire right on top of the guy. So I'm just saying, maybe it's not that much of a mystery. The murder weapon has been produced. You are correct, Your Honor. How exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? Yeah, I think I can establish the murder method. Your Honor, I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. Art student? Whomst? Whomst? He's an art student? Holy shit. How He became a full-fledged lawyer 3 years after this. 3 years. Maybe he is kind of a genius. Or maybe it's a very easy to become a lawyer in this world. Beginner, you like must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to. Yeah. Evidence. I know. I've totally forgotten about that. Mia, come on. Come on, Mia. I thought she was like a genius. Present the crime photo. As for the cause of death, let's say this picture captures it. Dude, I've just realized Francisca von Karma became a prosecutor at age 13. Can you imagine getting owned in court by a 13-year-old? Can you imagine a 13-year-old pimply-faced Francisca von Karma with braces on fucking schooling you in German court? God, I would quit. I would quit my job. A 13-year-old just fucking I would go missing. Yeah. I would just walk into the forest and you'd never see me again. What? There's nothing that even remotely resembles. Are we all stupid? Where is the murder weapon? You mean the fucking this, dude? Come on. Well, naturally, it's right here. What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage, which I'm not sure what machines they're talking about, but I believe it. Because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. It cannot be the judge's first trial. Do we have the judge? We don't have the judge. We have Winston Payne, no. So then the high voltage cable. Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. The judge, I think, like, I don't know if that's how all judges do it, but this judge, he just walks into a courtroom with zero information, tabula rasa. He's just like, fill me with ideas. He just walks in, he rolled out of bed, put on the robe, walked in. Like, there's nothing that has happened in between. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? I believe some praise is in order. Didn't brush his teeth or put in deodorant? Why? He's standing so far away, we wouldn't even know. But, yeah. Bet he's got, like, you know, just underwear and Crocs under that robe. Now. Victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant. Says who? That's a wild leap. Many people could have done it. You know, Phoenix leaves, someone else electrocutes him, Phoenix comes back. We have proof. Oh boy. His fingerprints on the bottle. What else? The victim is wearing a leather jacket. That would keep fingerprints very well. Leather holds fingerprints quite well. Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. So he pushed them. He squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Yeah. Okay, palm prints, I don't know, but did you know high fives were invented, like, within the past 200 years? Maybe, like, within the past 100 years? When was the high five invented? It's like a recent thing. It's crazy. When was the high five invented? It's, like, young. Yeah. Origin. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 1970. Apparently the high five is from 1970. You're telling me humans have been around for fucking, hominids 40,000 years. Our civilization, let's say, let's be a little generous, 15,000 years. You're telling me in 15,000 years no one figured out? That's crazy. I think we can conclude there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Nah, man. My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. Shut the fuck up about your hemorrhoids. You're so gross. You knew he was guilty. You don't know anything. Mr. Wright is innocent. I don't know why Mia thinks that so strongly, though. It's required to convince me of this man's guilt. This time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. That's crazy. Do you have something to add, Miss Faye? Yes, I do. Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down this verdict, and you will fry. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye. Damn, he locked in. He's giving her the puppy eyes. No matter what it is you have to say. I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. Also, yeah, put that mask back on, please. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute. I'll tell you what really happened. And I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further. I did it. I admit it, I pushed them. It's my fault. My fault that Doc Swallow is dead. Okay. Well, that's rough. That's rough to come back from as an attorney. Yeah, that's what we saw at the start. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. He really just gave him the freaking no more. Right, that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. You know, that's valid, because they would. Shoot, I just realized. Give me a second. And by a second, I mean like maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Because I've got laundry half going, and I need to move it from the washer to the dryer. So I'm gonna go on to be right back, and well, I'll be back soon. And we're back. Alright. Everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Things currently stand, yeah, you're already the murderer. Give me one more chance to explain. One more time. Swear I'll tell the whole truth. You're already supposed to tell the whole truth from the start. I believe in you. Thank you. You really did push the victim. The Harlem Shake? Harlem Shake reference in my Ace Attorney game I was not ready for. I'm so sorry. Grossberg, get out of here. Is that why he's called Grossberg? Because he's gross? That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. You got to be careful around a downed wire. That one might have been a little exception because it looks like it didn't touch the floor. But even then, be careful because, you know, the voltage along those wires is so high that jumping from the wire to you to get to the ground might be the shortest path for electricity. So it might do that, you know? It might very well do that, in fact. Sorry, I'm just feeling my arm, man. My arms are a little big right now. Damn, the gym is working. The gym is working. When you pushed them, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, it's that. Says you. Could be many things. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. But from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. When I pushed them, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. Yeah, even a doofus? I've never seen it spelled like this. I've always thought it was double O, D-O-O-F-U-S. Not doofus, D-U-F-U-S. I've never seen that, and it scares me. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, of course we're clear. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. When I pushed the victim, he was talking bad. We gotta press. You know how it is. What kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. Said she was a bad girl. That's not so terrible. Is that all? Yep. Well, you heard him yourself. Yeah. Said a bad girl. Oh boy. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Well, after he said that, I just lost it. I just saw red for my princess, and I pushed him. I lost my anger, and I gave him a shove. I lost my temper, and I gave him a shove. Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. Okay, and then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and I flew in a furious frenzy. So did you push him in the back? Or to the chest? But didn't you say he started to leave? There's no severed cable anywhere to be seen. Right, there was nothing like that at all. Is it possible you merely overlooked it? Well, I guess it's possible. Well, the important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony. Let us continue with the testimony. I'm gonna bring the audio down just a touch. I think the audio balancing is good, but I'm just gonna bring it down a touch. A tiny little bit. Heard some kind of loud noise. I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. The wire breaking? Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. That would have been very noticeable. Yeah, let's ask for more details. Always more details. Try to remember what it was. It was like a sharp crack. Could it have been? When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. It is broken on the image. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. This plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Dude. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. I think there is because... I'm sorry. I think there is because if he fell on top of his umbrella and broke it, that would have happened over there. Not over here, right? Like, unless, you know, the umbrella moved. But he fell on top of the umbrella. So the umbrella would not have moved as long as he was on it. So I'm thinking he fell on his umbrella over there. And then somehow now he's dead over here. Of course it's important. His cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Thank you, Mia. He fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. I'm gonna press that, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. It was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. You were gonna steal it? I only stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love. Oh god. Prepare yourself, Grossberg. Yeah, my stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball. He kicked her? She kicked him? Holy. Continue on with your testimony. A little while after I left, I started to get worried, and then you came back. Yeah. Well, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later. He was just lying there dead. Okay. So I'm going to present that, and I'm going to present this photo. Because if that's when he died, he would have stayed on top of the umbrella. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Indeed, why didn't you? Oh, I'd mentioned that. I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. Yeah. Take a look at the crime scene photo. The umbrella's all the way over there. If you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. It's by the electrical pole. No, the victim is by the electrical pole. Unless we're talking about the other electrical pole. Like, is this umbrella supposed to be near this pole? Because perspective-wise, it doesn't kind of feel that way to me. Feels like that pole is a lot further than this umbrella, or this umbrella is huge. Feels like this guy is on, like, you know, right next to the pole, and the umbrella is kind of between IMO. The victim moved from where he fell. He was not dead. There we go. Order. He moved. The umbrella in this photo, where is it now? It was collected by the police at the crime scene. Bring it over. Found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene. Yeah. Could have simply been blown there by the wind. Not if he had been on top of it. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. As long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. The judge is a good guy. No. Yeah, man. Get owned. Still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. I know, why are we trusting what the defendant is saying? That's a little sus to me. Well done. How are your hemorrhoids doing now, buddy? I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. You have another witness. Exactly, and this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. The girlfriend herself saw it, huh? Is a witness to the whole thing. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Damn, she's cool as fuck. You couldn't be more wrong. I've been waiting for this. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Mia? court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Cool. Cool. Defendant lobby number 3. I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end. Should have told it from the start, but yeah. You start to relax then, huh? Yeah, do not. Next witness is my dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Will she? She's a witness for the prosecution. What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Do you mind telling me more about you and her? She's like, yeah, it's my favorite topic. I can talk about her all day. We first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Until 8 months ago. So she dropped him and started dating him, like, instantly. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Oh, on the side? Jesus, that's crazy. He's studying art, but also studying to be a lawyer? One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. She gave it to you as a present. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. Makes me so happy, I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. He shows it to everyone. You and Miss Hawthorne started dating. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. She wants it back, does she? You first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago. It wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. How did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. Murder in the courthouse. I see. I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases. I gotta check out that clip-in. Hang on. Very little information. Murder in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Okay. So, I see. So, she was being questioned that same day. And she gave that cute little bottle to Phoenix, but she keeps asking for it back. So, is that, like, evidence, you know, that she offloaded to him? I need to finish this myself. It's 8 months ago, so is that sort of... Is that the case that Mia worked, that she couldn't beat? And is why she hasn't worn this for a year. Because of this case. It could be. I mean, 8 months, a year, you know, you round up. I'll have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving. Aye, aye. Seemed longer than 20 minutes. Damn, we're getting a to be continued in the middle of case 1. Fascinating. Save progress. Yes, please. Right here. Thank you. Ooh, the first orange save. First trials and tribulations to save. Courtroom number 2, my beloved. Where's courtroom number 1? Have we ever been in courtroom number 1? Mr. Payne, please call your witness. Prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Damn, she really is like a little darling TikTok girly, isn't she? I mean, I don't even know about TikTok. She's just a fairy. What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. Wow. She's a siren, dude. She's tricking them all into the rocks. Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. Look at me. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. The little, like, sort of, like, doe eyes sort of glazed over. That sort of, that look of, like, helpless innocence vibe, you know? She's dangerous. Not at all. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? Someone burning rubber right outside, dang. My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor's all mine, yeah. No, it's mine. Damn, Mia. Mia's kind of like a petty bitch, and I'm here for it. We've never seen the inner thoughts of Mia, and I love them. We know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Beanie wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Beanie? But that's fine. Like, we just say Phoenix is innocent, and there you go. Please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. Aye, aye. I'd been planning to go back to Feenie's place after class was over. Feenie and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feenie noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities. He wobbled and collapsed. But we know he pushed them. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never. Yeah, I won't allow this to continue. Please just let me proceed with my cross-examination. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. They know each other. We've met before, once. Yeah, the case was definitely the one against her, I guess, for that murder. The floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madame Fey. Madame? Damn. I'd been planning to go back to Feenie's place after class was over. We were talking behind the building. Okay, this is where things start. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. What were Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about? How can you be so mean? So mean? What am I mean about exactly? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. Wow, she's fully crying these like big Big fucking ping pong ball sized tears. Wow. You're really doing that, huh? Don't drag the witness down to your level. Damn. What did you see next? Suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Collapsed on his own. The defendant never touched the victim. He never did a thing to Dougie. No, show a contradiction. We know he pushed them. Fingerprints, right? Writes fingerprints. Okay, but like, okay, we actually have nothing that says he pushed him, which is crazy. Covered in Wright's fingerprints. Owned by the victim. Found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene. Uh-huh. Fishing expedition. She has no supporting. Mia's giving him fucking mad dogging. Like, keep going. Keep talking. See how that goes for you. Keep talking. No, keep talking. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. And this palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim. Yeah. I didn't... Okay. Show contradiction, I guess, doesn't mean show evidence. It would be much better if you came out and told the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about. Just tell us everything that you saw. Okay, the judge is ultimately committed to the truth, even if he also goes a little weak at the knees for this feeble doe. This fawn of a girl. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Okay. Didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. And I didn't hear anything unusual either. Wait. I didn't hear anything unusual. There was a loud snap. That's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me. Ah, the little... God, Mia. God, control your aura a little bit. You've got to leave enough for the rest of us. I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. He clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. Yes, ma'am. Why didn't you hear this noise? There we go. Back foot. Maybe the judge just wasn't all that memorable. Nuh-uh. He said it was a sharp, loud noise, like a snap. Yeah, you would remember that. You'd hear that. Yeah. May I have a moment to answer? I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. Oh, Lord. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time. Yeah, the rain was just beginning to let up, but it seems as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet, so the sky continued to flash and rumble. Yes, I'm afraid the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out. Oh god, she's such a like a little innocent, you gotta protect her, little girl, afraid of thunder. False. She's a demon. She's out to get him. There was lightning. Yeah, if there were lightning... First of all, check. I mean, there could be. There's kind of clouds. But what I'm thinking more than anything is, if there were lightning... I don't know. People carry an umbrella in lightning storms, but people, you know, maybe it's not a good idea. There was lightning, you say. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony. First of all, if there was lightning or not can be easily verified. Just, like, go and check. Yes, what about it? Lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere. Oh, is she saying that he died from being struck by lightning? Since the cause of death was electrocution, is it possible the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? I mean, yeah, but that's pretty freaking loose. What kind of thoughts do occur to this guy? He has no thoughts. Mr. Dog Swallow was murdered, but that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. Okay. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? I don't know. Yeah. I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. If you know that, why were you so surprised earlier when I said this was the murder weapon? What is this evidence? This affidavit. Pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage. Lost power because the severed electrical cable. At approximately 3 p.m. But if it's 3 p.m., he died at 3:05. So victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. They're planning on having them replaced in the near future. That even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Uh-huh. 2:55. So it's a full 10 minutes beforehand. And it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't already been bumped into, correct? Yeah. Do you have any thoughts? I think when Phoenix pushed him, that's when it was severed, right? And then later on is when, yeah. Okay, let's hear your opinion. That caused the cable to break. Who or what? Is there something about the push in the testimony? No. Okay, so then who it was Phoenix. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. So then after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Maybe instead of the umbrella breaking, it was the cable breaking. At around 3 p.m. Lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. But he died at 3:05. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. He fell over there. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Nah. He wasn't electrocuted for another 10 minutes. Was shoved into the far pole and couldn't have been occluded by the severed cable in the foreground here. Someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Indeed. How I've longed to hear them. Okay, girl, chill out. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation, she said some things that are a little different than I remember them. Uh-huh. Testify one last time. Okay, what I witnessed. Truth is, Feeny pushed him twice. First time was into the electrical pole. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. Cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. Okay, that's where we gotta present his watch. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? How's Phoenix feel listening to all of this? Being like, dude, she's selling me down the river. She's throwing me under the bus. Present. Pachow. Pachow. Objection. She sounds a little... It's a specific accent and I can't think what it is. That's enough, witness. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? This cold killer, yeah. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the watch. It's not the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. The blackout happened at 2:55. Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? There we go. It was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. This is nonsense. The real murderer. Even you can't deny the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. That's true. Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. After my client has left the scene, was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Dahlia. This is the moment I've been waiting for a full year. You will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak. I'm gonna be super penalized. They're gonna be like, how could you? I mean, it can't be you or you or you or you. Like, there's literally only one person that it could be. They really kind of make it a little easier. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. Yeah. Yeah. No, stop it with the freaking big globs of water. Grasping at straws. Nuh-uh. Time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe you didn't lift a finger to stop the man dearest to you. I mean, that's a little weak. I mean, what is that is to say? I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. There we go. How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything. Madame Faye makes me sound like I'm in charge of a brothel or something, girl. Check it a little. Phoenix has a powerful hold it on him. Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. That's all the evidence you have? You gotta be a little more fact-driven than that. Get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Bailiff, whack his pee-pee. Oh, man. Oh, man. That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. He's back. Did you check the stuff in the library? Found the police report. Wonderful. Let's have it. Let's have it. Case 1 with 2 pages of evidence is crazy. District Courthouse Cafeteria. August 27th at 4 p.m. Diego Armando, age 28. Lawyer. Suspect Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Oh shit. It was Mia's boyfriend. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? May I interrupt you for just a moment, prosecutor? I have this situation well in hand. He's like, nah, let me interrupt. Go right ahead. Are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. You should let me handle this. Yeah. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Phoenix. How old is this girl? She's gotta be like, what, 20 now? This is like a psychopath. A 20-year-old doing this stuff is psycho. Is pure psycho. Holy. The notion that I would try to frame it is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. What would her motive be? Somewhere in this police report. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally met. And here, I'm wagering is, you know, she used this to bring the poison in, and then before she was suspected, she went and gave it to him. So he was basically like a mule, bringing the poison out. And she keeps asking for it back, but he's like, ah, come on, don't be silly. Ah. But there's fucking, like, poison in there. Your Honor, the defense requires further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. And I've just realized how fucking symbolic it is. It's a little heart. It's a heart with poison in it. It's like poisoned love. It's sort of, it's cute on the outside. It's evil, toxic on the inside. That's Dahlia. Damn. Damn. The events of the day when she first met the defendant, Phoenix Wright. How does that have to do with anything? She has no reason to frame the defendant. We're about to prove that she does. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? She's got to be pretty worried now. She's got to be pretty worried now. How I met my Feeny. First met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. So we were destined to meet in this very courthouse basement reading room. Meet in this bar? Meet in this very courthouse basement reading room. Jesus. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Okay, Phoenix, shut up. Go get her. Aye, aye. So yeah, Mia must be 28, 29 right now, I imagine. I mean, I guess, you know, age difference could vary, but if her boyfriend died at age 28, she probably was around that age also. Feeny 8 months ago. We gotta start pressing. We gotta start pressing. I'd been dating Doug Swallow. Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Thinking my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind. Yeah, but I've even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. But, I mean, I feel like that's kind of maybe a good trait to have for a judge. You know, you don't start on one track and you stay on it the whole trial. You very easily flip back and forth. No, I think this is actually perfect for him. He always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judge Genie. Damn. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse basement reading room. Whoa. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeney was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. Talking about you. What were you doing here? A literature student, yeah. It has something to do. No, keep pressing. Of course. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. I feel like the judge is no longer so swayed by her. The judge is kind of like open up over here, like, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? The answer is simply this. I'd come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. I think here's where we have to present, actually, you were being questioned. Send you poetry in the criminal underworld. Am I getting old? Now I've forgotten what I've forgotten. Yeah. I know. It really is so tutorialized. Are you forgetting something? Police report? I know. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? Yeah, baby, we know. Yeah, what is the meaning of the cocky smile? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Indeed. The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this police report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. There we go. The sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. That's why, I think that's why she's so fucking bitter. Because her boyfriend died. And the girl that caused it, or that she suspects caused it, is out here dating Phoenix, and they're so freaking lovey-dovey. Like, I see why she'd be mad. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. So she was just dating Phoenix to get the little poison back, I guess? That doesn't explain why she hand knit a sweater for him, though. There gotta be some, like, real feels or something, because knitting a whole sweater is effort, right? I mean, I've never done it, but I can imagine. It's true, then. The loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorn. It's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. No, that's why she was here. It's not slander. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Yeah, dude, chill out. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. That's one way to put it. I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. Yeah, right. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. Keep it up. Finally lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. Shut the fuck up, dude. God, I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. This guy does not shut up about his ass pimples. I was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. It was a very special kind of poison. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. I think you would know, actually. The alchemist of IVU, right? Now, like, why would he make it for you? Maybe he was under your spell, kind of like Phoenix is. Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today, and I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. True lawyer's aura. She's got aura. The poisoning. The poisson. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something. Yeah. I'm gonna press on that. And that's the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show how you could have gotten that poison? I think that's a good enough reason, Madame Faye. No one could show it? Find a way how she could have gotten it, yeah. It's crazy that no one found out. Because she was actively dating a fucking alchemist, dude. I mean, alchemist, chemist, but you know what I'm talking about. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Yeah. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student. Indeed. His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment... Culprit. Oh? Oh, Mia's version of like a... This is new. I kinda dig it. I kinda dig it. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. Then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at this very table, you. It does seem to fit. It does seem to come together. That's nothing but a baseless... May I say something, Madame Faye? That guy is no longer part of the trial. You can go home. Did you bring like a packed lunch? You can just like step to the side, have it. Little appy juice, and just go. You're done. The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? You could have easily gotten rid of something that small. This is a court of law. You're saying I threw the poison container away. Nah, dude. What do you mean? The evidence is so easy. Uh-huh. Where is the container the poison was carried in? There it is. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? That's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. The defendant was this witness's accomplice? Nah, he was just his mule. He didn't know. You gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. That's a charming little necklace. A little bottle? It's really cute. So it's got a little bottle. Man fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. The very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. There's a deadly poison in here? That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, or not? Why not? Certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. Yeah. Okay, that's easy enough. On behalf of Dolly, I object. I won't let you bully her like this. Phoenix, come on. Control yourself. Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? She did this to you. Because I'm madly in love with her. Dude, you're getting played so hard. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Whoa, whoa. Maybe it's just the bad bitch he pulled by being autistic, man. It happens. Oh, wow, I guess she must be badly in love with me too. Please. Wake up. I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is because of that necklace. She keeps asking it back, and you say no. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you'd love to wear it on your neck. You said it yourself. Every time we meet, she asks for it back. Please give it back now. That necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You never gave it back to her. To make this worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. Yep. That's why she... I don't believe you. I think you do, Phoenix. I'm sorry, but I think you do. That's a lie. Dude, he's a whole 21-year-old. Like, I know it's the past, but like, you gotta be a little more wherewithal than there. He's getting away. Phoenix ran away? I think so. He went completely insane. The bailiff caught him. He should be back soon enough. Miss Hawthorne's present is gone. He took it. Yeah, no, the case is fucking crazy. This is the last case I've ever actually done in the past. Oh, welcome back. So after this case, I know nothing. What's going on? All right. A little recap, but holy shit. When Phoenix pushed this guy, the cables snapped, but he didn't actually get electrocuted because the power went out at 2:55, and the watch that he had on that stopped when he was electrocuted was at 3:05. So there's a whole 10 minutes between getting pushed and getting electrocuted. So when he was pushed, the power went out, but then, and then Dahlia, the girlfriend, was testifying and saying that it was Phoenix that had done it. And she was acting all like sad and demure about it. And we have established that 8 months ago, there was this lawyer, Diego Armando, who was interviewing her about some other incident and then died of poison. But they didn't know who did it. They thought she might have, but they couldn't tell because they couldn't find where the poison was or how it got into his drink. And Phoenix, oh, it's gone from the court record now. Phoenix was given a little necklace, cute little necklace with a bottle in it by Dahlia when they met and started dating 8 months ago on the day of that murder. So that's basically what happened. She met him and offloaded the evidence onto him, and then he carried it around with him, and he's always all like showing it off, and she always asked for it back. They met and started dating on the same day, which is highly suspect, especially because she was dating him, the pharmacology student, until 8 months ago. So like she dropped the other guy and started dating Phoenix like that because she needed to get that back, but he would not give it back. And Doug was like, hey, careful with this girl, because we're also suspecting that the poison that she used to kill the lawyer, she got from him. She probably cajoled him into providing that somehow. I'm sorry. And now Phoenix Wright, we told him all of this, and he started crying and mauling, and then he ran away, but he took the necklace with him. So I think he might have gotten rid of it, and now we don't have that as evidence. What did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. Just give it back. I ate it. What? A whole necklace? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first. But yeah, there's poison in that. What's he doing now? You've got to stop the trial. He's eating poison. The bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. Yeah. The defense has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. Oh, that's not available yet. It's waiting in the wings, sadly. It needs to get verified and then it'll be on. He thinks you do for love. Is it? Is it? I think that's obvious. For the shit. Oh. The things you do for love. For people love. As for the poison, like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. There must be some mistake. Bottle must have had any poison left in it. Or the poison must have lost its potency, yeah. It's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. It's heartwarming to see you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Would you? Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. He's such a simp. Fortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. His sleeves? What's wrong with his sleeves? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Dude, if you, like, do, like, I don't know, if you make him throw up right now, we can probably get that evidence back. A little bit, at least. They don't have cuffs, but they have buttons. Oh. I did not look at that. Damn. Now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. That was Phoenix. I'm sorry, Miss Faye. I totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Yeah, kind of. Hawthorne literally a poison. Something I forgot to tell you. That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. You know what I'm thinking? Because Doug had Phoenix's cold medicine. Was she poisoning him with his cold medicine to get that back? Something you need to know about that girl. Someone stole some poison from our lab. Yeah. You just have poison laying around? Same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. Did he just let you into the lab? You gotta have like clearance for that kind of shit, man. Could only have been her. That girl's a thief. So there's other new poison now. And I bet I know where it is. That's ridiculous. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and I came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. Dude, and you didn't say any of that. What does she study? Literature? She was crouched down next to him. He told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly. She was there. I mean, can we trust that? You tell him. Dolly didn't do it. He's innocent. I don't know about that. You literally just said she took more poison, or someone said she took more poison, and that she was there, and she told you not to. It's pretty suspect. That's all I'm saying. She's using poison. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. Yeah, it's crazy because, like, okay, this girl is truly, like, on the path of, I mean, she is a serial killer at this point, but I'm talking about, like, suspect Dahlia Hawthorne. While interviewing the suspect regarding another case. So she was being interviewed about something else. I wonder if it was a murder that she also did, or something, you know, that she was able to cover her tracks pretty well. And then she poisoned him. And then she gave the evidence of the poison to Phoenix. And Phoenix was carrying it around. So in order to get it back, she had to poison Phoenix. But then, in order to poison, like, she's already supposedly killed maybe someone else, then Armando. Then she started putting poison in Phoenix's cold medicine. And then, when presumably she went back to maybe retrieve the poison from the guy, because the guy had taken the cold medicine from Phoenix, she electrocuted him with the wire. That's 3 deaths, maybe 2.5. And she's also trying to kill Phoenix. So she's on the path to 4. That's crazy. She's a psycho. Her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Must have been. Who was she trying to kill? Oh, baby. Come on. Do you even gotta ask? There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way, and that person was Phoenix Wright. Me? Yes, sir, you. That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Yeah, well, she killed him just kind of, you know, collateral. Let's remember Doug Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. Was in fact Phoenix Wright. Come on, you still think that? Haven't we already proved a bunch of other things? Hang in there. I'll bring her justice, I swear it. I don't know if that's what he wants, but pop off. The only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the One Piece. The One Piece is real. Linking her to that incident 8 months ago. The bottle necklace, that is all she cared about. Why would she go so far as to murder him? Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle. Oh my god, wait. Wait. Let me show you. I mean, you've already seen it in the Discord, but I'm so fucking proud of it. I pulled this shit. I just bought like 2 packs for no reason. And I pulled this, man. This card is fucking huge. It's worth like $300, $400. Hell yeah, man. It's my pride and joy. It's like the value of my collection went from like 130 cards, like $130 to $600 with this one card alone. It's crazy. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. You gotta frame it. I've got it in a little sleeve and in my little binder, so that's where it goes for now. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. There was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. He was like, oh, it's the symbol of our love, and so he kept it. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. Which must have been driving her mad, because it was the evidence that would prove her guilty of poisoning someone. That's why she tried to kill him. Yeah, to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true. Someone control him. He's about to run off with the bottle of medicine also. Beanie, what a joke you are. Uh-oh. There she is. Honestly, how can any woman count on you for anything? Yikes. That would hurt me. That would hurt me. I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Damn. It appears we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I contend you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? Seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? What's happened to you? Huh? Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? God, she is psycho. She's actually psycho. I mean, Phoenix, I'm so sorry, but also, the sex must have been good. I'm sorry, but someone has to say it. Sure, you know, it was bad. Like, she's psycho, but she must have fucked. I don't know why. Why do I have these asides? What's up with that? But am I wrong, though? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Someone else could have said it. Yeah, someone else could have. And I couldn't let that happen. I had to say it. I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind. Nuh-uh. Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. Damn. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, we have evidence. She tried... What, you get disbarred? Take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. That's never been shown as like a possible consequence. Or should I say, Miss Gray? What, are you just like calling me old? Can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? I'm gonna go ahead and save. I mean, I doubt it would be a problem given the situation, but I'm just gonna save. I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Yeah, baby. Stupid woman. Wow. I will allow only one piece. The one piece is real. If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down to Mr. Wright. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. Jesus. Like she's gonna kill herself? Cold Killer X. There we go. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine. I still wouldn't take this cold medicine because it's been poisoned. I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the incident. Yeah, and he had lunch with Dolly. Then she poisoned it, knowing Mr. Wright was gonna take some. It was the victim that was holding it. on someone else. Oh, she put it in his hand. So it would seem that he was trying to poison... He was trying to poison Phoenix. Her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. Indeed. And she heard and saw everything. Yeah, she was planning on going to his place. Everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. Yeah. Fortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. Because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. Yeah. She was carrying the bottle of poisoned cold medicine, so she put it in his hand. But that, I mean, it's a nice story, but it doesn't prove anything. You know? Like, sure, it could have happened that way, but Doug could have also poisoned it and just have had it. And, you know, like, there's nothing to say this is the only way things went. She's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't think he's tricked anymore. Unless... I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. Miss Hawthorne? This cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some? Oh, Mr. Wright, that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, there's no need to worry. Come on, show us. Take some of this medicine right now. That's good because... I mean, I feel like we should have done that from the start. You know, instead of being like all like saying the cold medicine is poisoned, we should have just gone and been like, take some, take some of this cold medicine. Just do it. Why don't you, do it? Because then we could have proved she knew it was poisoned. Because she wouldn't have wanted to take any. Now that we've already said it's poisoned, she can be like, I don't want to take it because you've said it's poisoned, We should have started by saying, hey, why don't you take some of this cold medicine? Mia Fey. There we go. Oh, shit. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? Oh god, she is going full crazy. That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. Well, I have a very long memory, You and I will meet again. Certain of it. I don't know. Mia's gonna be dead in 4 years? 3 years. 3 and a little, maybe. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? She talking about the afterlife? We're gonna go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I feel like she's gonna run... Why are we winning for the time being? Shut up. Shut up. I feel like she's gonna run the prison. I feel like she is gonna be #1 top bitch at that prison. I wish you all the best. And off she goes. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense has just shown a scrap of evidence to support. She just confessed. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne. I don't believe one word this rookie lawyer said. Would you care to try this cold medicine? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. There. It's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So do you trust her? Well, do you, punk? I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? Here comes the backpedal. Come on, rookie killer. Come on. Let's see what's up. Are you willing to bet your life? Well, are you? My hair! Oh, dude, that's how his hair went away. Damn. He got blown away so hard. About Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Damn. To be fair, it looks better this way. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. I don't know about that. I have never seen the X-Men, any X-Men. No, that's not true. I saw Days of Future Past at like someone's birthday party when I was a kid. Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor. Is it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia seem to know each other? Yeah, the guy she killed last time was Mia's boyfriend. Has no bearing on this case. That's true. This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. Like losing to my daughter. Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? Sorry, Phoenix. It's okay. Just live with it for a while. You know? Start eating better. Start going to the gym. You'll be okay. Court finds the defendant, Phoenix, right. Confetti! Confetti! Nice. Defendant lobby number 3, my beloved. You were wonderful in there. Yes, I was. Stop talking about your fucking hemorrhoids, dude. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. He's so fucking... I hate it. You made me think you could stop talking about them. That's rather rude, is it? Anyway, why did I say that with a British accent? This case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. He wore his red outfit today, so his enemies wouldn't see him bleed. Thanks. You know, I was thinking... The Dahlia I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. What? Dahlia I know could never have said those kind of terrible things. Okay, we're about to have to present some evidence, I think, so... I just gotta make sure I'm saved up. For your own sake. That's probably for the best. You need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. Yeah, grow up, man. Out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Hanging out with 6-year-olds, are you? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time. He's talking about Edgeworth. I see. Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. Oh, no evidence presenting? Okay. No little photo at the end of the case? It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. So he is 26 now. Became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. Edgeworth, yeah. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings out some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. Yeah. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another time. There we go. Oh, the little jingle. Holy. All right, we are saved. And that means the stream today comes to an end. It's a rather short and lovely 2.5-hour stream, which I really, really enjoyed after the 8-hour behemoth of a stream we did yesterday, finishing up game 2. Oh, man. Okay. So we're going to, and I want to catch it just as we're starting. Where's she at? Yeah. We're gonna raid out to Shiba Roots because it's the first time she's streaming in like a month almost. So I want to send her some love. All right, thank you very much for watching. I've been Gallium GG. Remember this 5th of September, November, something, gunpowder, treason, and plot. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for case 2, which I've never done before. This is now we're actually truly completely fully blind. All right, thank you very much. I'll see you.